Good YouTube, here with another video. This time we're going to be talking about WandaVision episodes 1 and 2. Um, First thing first I want to say is I enjoyed the episodes, but I'm not going to lie to you, I feel underwhelmed. I feel like they should have came in hitting the ground running. They should have ended up where Endgame. They should have started where Endgame left off and explained to us why Wanda created this reality and like how is all this stuff happening. The way that they went about it's different. I'll give them that. Um, another thing about this episode is the whole sitcom thing. It works for now, but I give it one more episode or two, and I want to be done with it and move on to the what we're really coming, what we're here for. But anyway, I got my notes here. WandaVision, it starts out like a sitcom with like the opening theme and everything. Reminded me of I Love Lucy. Um, I've watched a few episodes of I Love Lucy. I see a lot of elements from it. The one thing that I thought was cool was the mother from that '70s show was in it. That added a more sitcom feel. I really enjoyed them adding her into the mix. Wanda and Vision, from the very beginning, they're trying to adjust living normal lives within this reality that Wanda's created. They're I find it weird that they're trying to live within this reality, but they're really them trying to fit in is it's not working for me. Like they're using their powers every chance that they get. They're really not blending in that much, especially Vision. He's trying to be human, but he still has those android like tendencies. Feel like he's trying to act like a human instead of being human. Like no one gave him the 401 on emotions and how you're supposed to interact with people. Like he's just jumped right in. I don't know. I don't really understand why he's trying to be human. Wanda, she's using her powers to do everything. She to cook, clean, turn lights on and off. I mean, it's I don't get it. Like they're trying to adjust being normal people, and yet she's not really trying to be normal. She's not cooking and cleaning, doing it by her own on her own and stuff like that. One person I really liked in this series is Agnes. Agnes, I think she's really Agatha Harkness. I'm not too familiar with her from the comics, but she seems like a pretty cool character. She's really funny, and I feel like she has some kind of what's the right word for it? She has some kind of stake in this. Like she doesn't feel like another a person that's being controlled by Wanda within this reality. I feel like she has some pull here, and I'm really interested to see what they do with her. Um, First few minutes in, Vision and Wanda they talk about August 23rd. It has a heart on the date. They can't determine what the date is for, and that plays into later. Agnes, after Vision goes to work, Agnes convinces Wanda that maybe it's their anniversary, and then Wanda goes along with it. She tries to work with Agnes to make their anniversary special when Vision gets home. What I find weird is like you don't really Wanda doesn't really know Agnes like that. They just apparently they just moved in. They just moved in. You don't really know this woman, and yet you're gonna allow her to help you be sexy for your husband, make this anniversary night very memorable. It's just weird that you're so open to um work be friends with this lady, somebody that you really don't know. There's no familiarity there. Anyway, Vision, he goes to his job and he works as a machine. Once again, like you're trying to blend in, but you're crunching numbers faster than anybody. They're saying that productivity is up 300% since you got there, and you're trying to live a nah. It's not working for me. The company works. He works for. They make computational farms. It's weird. They don't buy or sell products. It's weird because Vision used to be Jarvis. And Jarvis, he knew the ins and outs of Stark Industries, as Tony would say. He could run the company better than anybody. I'm surprised that they didn't bring that element over into WandaVision, but it would make sense if Wanda created this reality. She would not know the ins and out of Stark Industries. That would be more Vision's thing, and it's I think he's like a construct of her warping warping reality powers. Um, One other thing, Vision, he doesn't speak. He doesn't speak like a human or display any of these human emotions. I'm just wondering why he can't just be an android. But it's, I guess, it's just something that we'll have to explore further down the line. Vision, as he's talking to his boss, he realizes, oh, I have an employee dinner with my boss. That's what the 23rd is for. Um, he wants to impress his boss, I guess, to move up the ladder. But if you're crunching the numbers and you're doing 300% productivity, that shouldn't even be necessary. I don't know why you need to have a dinner with this guy. Like, if you're that much of an asset, you can say, hey, I'm leaving unless you bump me up. Like, it's really that simple. If he's really putting in that much work and that's being shown that you're the reason why we're up right now, then I don't know why he needs to have this dinner. Um, Another thing that's funny is what human calls or is named Vision. I found that funny. Like, if I was a boss, I'd already look at you weird. So your name is Vision. That's very, very, very weird. But whatever, man. Vision calls Wanda about the dinner. He calls Wanda, but he's extremely vague. He doesn't say, "Hey, the date is for dinner we're having with my boss and his wife that we're gonna have with them to for me to get a promotion in the works probably." He was extremely vague. He said that the course of action is to impress the husband, and she said her course of action would be to impress the wife. He's talking about his boss. She's talking about Vision. They're not on the same page, but they perceive that they're on the same page about this whole thing. We get a commercial for the Stark Toast Maker 2000. It sounds very Iron Man like when he uses his pulsars to shoot the beams out of his hands and stuff. It also makes a ticking time bomb sound as it's making the toast. It kind of reminds me of Age of Ultron when you get a little bit of backstory of the Maximoffs about how their family was killed and how they almost died because of weapons built by Stark Industries. So it's a good throwback to Stark Industries and probably more into her past. The key thing here is that it said to forget the past, that this is your future. Wanda's created this reality because she doesn't want to be defined by her past. She doesn't want to remember her past. She want to act like it never happened, but you want that, and yet you brought Vision back. He's part of that past. Like, you told Thanos, you took everything from me. I just find it weird that you create this new reality and bring back something from the past that's a key part of your past. It's it doesn't really make sense to me. Wanda, she's trying to forget everything bad that's happened to her, but if it wouldn't have been for that, she wouldn't be as powerful as she is right now. And I think that's going to be explored more down the line. And Vision and the Hearts, come into his house and the lights are turned off. Wanda was setting the mood with the candles and the clothing that she wore. She w- Vision went into the kitchen to look for Wanda. She came out and she got behind his boss and said, "Guess who?" She thought that was her husband, but her eyes weren't closed. She could clearly see who she was doing that to. I just find it weird that she cannot tell the difference between her husband and somebody she hasn't even met before. It it makes no sense to me. She's dressed in very revealing clothing, woof woof. Um, then you had that awkward interaction with the Heart saying, "What is she wearing?" and Vision saying, "Oh, she's from Sokovia. She's European." It's not looking too good for Vision right now. That leads to Vision and Wanda to have a conversation, and the first thing he keeps saying is, "What are you wearing?" Like, he says that he doesn't want to be appreciative, but they have some serious business to get to, like making this dinner for the Hearts. Then Vision, he goes to entertain them while Wanda gets dinner ready. Agnes, Agnes comes to help out Wanda. She just has a four-course meal, just waiting to give away. I don't know. I guess that's just Agnes. Um, Everything she gave Wanda took time to cook. Like, I'm pretty sure that chicken was gonna take 3 to 4 hours to cook in the oven. Like, there was no way she was gonna, even if she used her powers. Like, it's it wasn't looking good. With what I find weird is with her powers, she's able to go toe to toe with Thanos. Almost kill this guy. Yet she can't use her powers for simple tasks like to cook chicken and all. It's I don't get it. Um, Everything she gave one, like I said, it took time to cook, and it can't be done in a snap, which is something that Agnes did. She did a snap. I'm thinking that's an ode to Thanos, possibly. It's just, and it goes downhill hill from there. Um, Wanda is making a lot of noise trying to get this dinner together and stuff with her powers and everything. Miss Hart tries to go help her, and to distract her, Vision starts singing Yakety Yak, which is a very weird song. I don't know why that was in there. I guess it's more sitcom-y. It was kind of funny. What I found weird though, and I don't know why they didn't point this out, is how did Mr. Hart not see Wanda using her powers when those blinds were open? Vision wasn't in front of him. Mrs. Hart was distracted by Vision, so she wouldn't see what's going on behind her. But Mr. Hart should have been able to see everything. Like, what is going on here? Like, why are things just magically floating in the air? But I guess we'll just play along. So Wanda uses her powers. She overcooks the chicken with her powers, and then she turns the chicken into eggs. Which how can you use your powers to go up against Thanos, but you can't do that? It makes no sense to me. I'm blown with that. That just yeah. Vision, to distract them a little bit more, he starts playing with a ukulele, playing old McDonald. I really didn't like that. I felt if you really wanted to distract them, a piano would have done better. You could have played the piano, sung some kind of song, not old McDonald, anything but old McDonald. It's just played out. Um, Agnes, she said she knocked on the back door, but they didn't answer, so she came to the front, knocked on the door, and they opened the door. She was trying to give Wanda the upside down cake, and they closed the door in her face. Mr. Hart says, "Who is that?" They both say different things. Vision says, "A man that's selling them stuff," and Wanda says something else. Just really weird. If I'm Mr. Hart, I'm looking at him like, what are we even doing? So eventually, Wanda, she makes dinner, and it's breakfast. The same breakfast that she was gonna make Vision in the beginning of the episode is the same thing that they're serving the Hearts. Um, okay. Um, they asked it. They asked them some really basic questions about their life. Why did they move here? Why don't they have any kids? How long they've been married? And neither one of them can answer that simple question. Mr. Hart. Well, actually, before I get to that, my theory about it is that they failed to answer because Wanda wants to forget the past as if it never happened. That doesn't pertain to what they're doing right now, but it kind of does. It really does. Mr. Hart demands these answers, which makes Wanda. She just looks at him and he just starts choking. Now, we know he's not choking on food because they just started eating. He wasn't eating fast. He was eating at a very well pace. So Wanda did that to him. He's choking. His wife, instead of going over there and helping him, says, "Stop it. Stop it." I think that was Wanda controlling her to get this guy to stop asking all these questions and making him uncomfortable. She was um she was torturing this man. That's not PG. This man is he could have died. She could have killed him because of the way she felt that she was being treated. eventually Miss Hart keeps saying she keeps saying stop it, but it's more of her telling Wanda to stop. You're hurting him. You're gonna kill him. She tells Vision to help him, and he uses his powers to take the food that was lodged in his throat, which we know Wanda just created that wasn't there before. That was her actually choking him out with her powers, like Star Wars Force choke style. Miss Miss Hart awkwardly laughed. It's very forced when she's saying stop and everything. Um, and then right after that, they proceed to leave. But I don't blame them. If I'm almost tortured to death, I don't want to be anywhere near this woman or anybody that she's associated with. So get me out of there. So that was understandable. So Vision and wanted to sit on the couch. They said that they're not the typical couple. They say that their anniversary will be on the 23rd from now on. That their song is Yakety Yak. Just some really weird stuff. Now, what I found interesting is the credits roll, not the actual credits for the show that we're used to seeing from the movies and stuff, but the credits for like actual the sitcom. What I'm interested in all of these names that popped up. Like, are these actual people that have been trapped into this reality? And why are they there? Why were they put there? What's gonna happen with them? The TV pans out to a person that's looks like writing notes and just watching this TV show as if it's just a normal sitcom. And that's where episode one ends. Episode two, um, kind of the same. It starts off with Wanda and Vision, and they're in separate beds, and they're startled by a noise outside. Now, this kind of made me upset because you're telling me y'all are superpowered beings and y'all are scared by some noise. Vision can shoot laser beams out of his forehead, but he's scared. Wanda has to put the pants on and check this for him. Like, it's not looking too good for Vision. He's just the best that we've seen of Vision is, I would say, is Age of Ultron and possibly Civil War. Like, he really displayed some of his power, but from then on, he's just been he hasn't been portrayed the best way. Like, he's weak, or at least that's my opinion. And then Wanda flicks the lights on and off with her power. She asks Vision if he's using his night vision, which I find funny. Are you using your night vision? Vision, just something that I enjoyed. Vision, he scurries back to bed, scared after hearing the noise. And like I said, Wanda had to put the pants on and check. Um, she uses her powers to put the two beds together, and then Vision tells her to turn off the lights, and then they go to bed together, insinuating that they're probably sleeping together or whatever. The new opening theme is different from episode one. It felt more like Bewitched or maybe the Jetsons. That's where I kind of got from it. They're rehearsing for this talent show, and Wanda's concerned about fitting in with everybody in the town. She talks with Agnes, and Agnes tells her about Dottie, who's I guess like the HBIC of Westview as far as the women go. She says if you can impress Dottie, the sky's the limit for you. Wanda says and maybe she's just gonna be herself, and Agnes just laughs saying that's a riot. Um, one other thing is the thudding. The thudding came back, and Wanda she goes out and she picks up it's like a red and yellow helicopter. But what was weird, it was red, yellow, and it had some kind of silver metallic in it. It looked like it reminded me of Iron Man, his suit colors. I don't know if that's gonna play a part in it. Um Wanda is introduced to Dottie, and Dottie is just what do I want to say? I guess you could say she's just a typical woman that's in this domineering position. I hope when women like hang out together, this is not what usually happens. You have that one that's the head honcho, and you just go with everything that she says. That's not a way to live, man. It's sad. I really hope that women don't interact like that. But see her. The hive mentality of the women of Westview, as far as like Dottie goes, they can't even have conversations without Dottie say, "Hey, I'm talking here. Shut up and let me get to doing what I'm doing." We get the phrase "for the children." It said multiple times in this episode. It felt very cult-like. One example that I can think of is the following, where this serial killer, his name is Joe. He becomes part of this cult. He becomes part of this cult, the leader of the cult, and they just start chanting "Praise Joe." That's what this reminds me of, which is very weird. Geraldine, one of the women that Wanda was talking to, says the only reason that she didn't clap is because she's afraid to move. I think she's afraid of Wanda and what she's doing. And she doesn't know why she's there. But the way Dottie is acting, I'm surprised she hasn't tried force choking her the same way that she did with Mr. Hart. Anyway, what happens next is Vision. He hangs out with some of his coworkers. They have some banter back and forth. They have a couple of laughs. He's given some big red, and he ingests it, and he just goes completely haywire. He's drunk and stuff. As an android, I would believe that you would know not to put certain things in your body so you can function, and yet he's not using that brain. We know he's smarter than this. He has Ultron, Jarvis, the Hulk, and Iron Man. He has all those minds just jumbled into one, and yet he does stupid things like this. Wanda, we go back to Wanda and Dottie. Wanda's easily irritated by this woman. A radio plays that says, asking Wanda what's going on, who is doing this to you, and Dottie says, who are you and stuff, and it makes Wanda feel some type of way, and she destroys the using her power. Destroys the radio, and Dottie, her hand becomes blooded because she crushed the glass in her hand. Um, we get another commercial for actually a Strucker watch, which I found interesting. That Strucker, he will make time for you, is the saying that was in this one. With Strucker, as you know, he is the person that experimented on the Maximoffs with the Mind Stone, the Scepter, and gave them their powers. So it's interesting that he's also being placed in this somehow, a ode to Hydra. Vision, he openly uses his powers during this talent show, and Wanda has to use her powers to make it all seem like it's an illusion. Everybody's enjoying it. It's a joke. Everybody's happy-go-lucky about it. I'm still upset about the whole thing with the gum. Like, stupid. It wasn't needed. For the children is chanted again by the townspeople. I don't know. This is just a mantra that's going on. Later in the episode, Wanda, she magically gets pregnant, and they're saying, "This is our reality. This is actually happening." We hear more thudding. Vision gets upset, and he goes out there. They're trying to find the source of this. You see a guy in a beekeeper outfit. He comes out of a sewer, and he just stares at Wanda, and she says no, and she rewinds time back to the moment where they saw that she was pregnant, and they were overjoyed with that. It reminded me of Thanos using the Time Stone. I don't know if that was an ode to him or what, but she controls that reality, and that just rubbed her the wrong way, and she didn't like it. They kiss each other, and then the scene goes from black and white. We finally get some more color. We've seen color earlier with Dottie when her hand was bleeding, and the helicopter that had the Iron Man like colors. We start getting color. They kiss again, and then the the episode ends, and you keep hearing Wanda, "Who's doing this to you, Wanda? What's going on?" And that's you end that episode. We didn't get any end credits with this one. I'm wondering if that has anything to do with the guy that we saw in the Beekeeper outfit. But yeah, first two episodes, I enjoyed them, but like I said, I'm underwhelmed. I feel like it should have hit the ground running. I guess it's gonna be a slow build. I'm gonna be patient and see what else they're gonna bring to the table. They have 7 more chances to impress me, and hey, that's my review for WandaVision. I'm looking forward to episode 3 and beyond. And peace.